Psyched up warriors! Welcome back to our channel for the fourth of 5 episodes within our Surviving Narcissism series. Be sure to stick around to the end of this video. If you suspect that you or someone you know has been the victim of a narcissist, it's important that you recognize these 6 signs that indicate narcissistic abuse. That way, you can support them in getting the professional help they need to recover and heal properly. Let's begin. The first sign someone may have suffered from narcissistic abuse is inability to trust. After experiencing narcissistic abuse, individuals may find it difficult to trust others or even themselves. They may have difficulty trusting their own decisions and feelings, believing that the abuser's judgment was always right. This can lead to a lack of confidence in their own abilities and questioning every decision they make. People who have been subjected to narcissistic abuse may struggle to trust both themselves and others. They feel that they cannot rely on anyone and can end up feeling isolated and alone as a result. This lack of trust in the world around them can cause serious issues when attempting to form healthy relationships with others or make decisions with certainty. The inability to trust can have many physical and mental consequences for those who have been subjected to narcissistic abuse. Physically, individuals may experience chronic stress as they are constantly on alert, waiting for the abuser or someone else to take advantage of them. In extreme cases, this can cause physical symptoms such as headaches, chest pain, fatigue, and digestive issues. Mentally, this lack of trust can lead to feelings of insecurity and worthlessness. Individuals may also feel unable to trust their own judgment and decisions, believing that the abuser's judgment is always right. This can lead to low self-esteem, anxiety, and depression. In some cases, it can even lead to suicidal thoughts or ideation. In order to heal from narcissistic abuse, it is important to recognize that it has taken place and take steps to restore trust. This begins with understanding the root of the lack of trust and working to rebuild it. This can be done through therapy, self-care, and building healthy relationships with reliable people who can provide emotional support. It is also important to practice self-compassion and forgive yourself for any mistakes you may have made in the past. With dedication and patience, it is possible to once again trust yourself and the people around you. The second sign is fear of rejection. Fear of rejection is a common sign that someone has experienced narcissistic abuse. People who have experienced narcissistic abuse often fear being abandoned in the future, which can cause them to make unhealthy decisions in order to secure relationships. Fear of rejection can cause victims to feel anxious, isolated, and paranoid. It can also lead to physical symptoms such as stomach pains and headaches. This fear of abandonment makes it difficult for victims to move past their pain and heal. So even the smallest perceived slight or rejection can be incredibly overwhelming. Victims may engage in self-destructive behaviors like substance abuse or overeating in order to avoid facing their fear of rejection. Such behaviors can further deepen their pain and prevent them from healing or moving on from the trauma they experienced in the past. Additionally, they may experience depression due to their inability to move past the trauma that narcissistic abuse has caused them. It is important for victims to seek professional help in order to address this fear and learn healthier coping mechanisms. With the right support, victims can gain the confidence they need to face their fear of rejection and begin the healing process. The bottom line is that fear of rejection can be a serious issue for those who have experienced narcissistic abuse. It is important to recognize the physical and mental effects it can have, as well as find healthy ways to cope with it. If you like this video so far, please hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell to get early access to the next video in this series as soon as it goes up. The third sign someone has been the victim of narcissistic abuse is low self-esteem. Low self-esteem is a common sign of narcissistic abuse, as victims come to believe the negative things their abuser says about them. This can lead to a deep sense of helplessness and insecurity as they are unable to break free from the cycle of abuse. Along with feeling unworthy, Victims may also have difficulty trusting their own judgment and decisions, as well as having a hard time making healthy relationships. They can feel overwhelmed by fear, guilt, and shame that make it difficult to reach out for help. Low self-esteem can lead to a range of physical and mental health problems for those who have suffered narcissistic abuse. Physically, it can cause sleeplessness, fatigue, headaches, and an overall weakened immune system. Mentally, they may feel anxious or depressed and be prone to emotional outbursts as their self-esteem is shattered. Low self-esteem can also manifest itself in unhealthy behaviors, such as self-harming, substance abuse, and even suicidal ideation. Those who have suffered narcissistic abuse may also be more prone to developing post-traumatic stress disorder, commonly referred to as PTSD. The physical and mental exhaustion of living with this type of abuse can be debilitating, leading to a sense of hopelessness and powerlessness. It is essential for victims of narcissistic abuse to seek help in order to heal the physical and psychological effects they may be suffering from. Counseling, therapy, and support groups can be incredibly helpful in building up the victim's self-esteem and providing them with the tools they need to begin the process of recovery and healing. It is also important for victims to understand that they are not to blame for the abuse and that they have the strength to overcome it. Only with time, work, and emotional support can victims of narcissistic abuse learn to trust themselves and take back control of their lives. The fourth sign is difficulty expressing emotions. Narcissistic abuse often leaves victims with difficulty expressing their emotions or communicating effectively. They may feel like they do not have permission to express themselves, or they may be too scared to speak up for fear of retribution from the abuser. This difficulty in expressing oneself can lead to a buildup of emotions that eventually erupts into outbursts of anger or sadness, both of which can cause further distress. Difficulty expressing emotions can have a significant impact on the mental health of victims of narcissistic abuse. Victims may become overwhelmed with sadness or feel numb and disconnected from their feelings. They may also experience anxiety or panic attacks as they struggle to cope with the intense emotions that arise from the abuse. Physically, they may suffer from headaches, stomach aches, or fatigue as their body tries to cope with the emotional strain. This difficulty in expressing themselves can also lead to difficulties in forming and maintaining healthy relationships. Victims may feel disconnected or unable to trust others due to the mistrust that was engendered by their abuser. They may also be unable to open up and share their feelings due to the fear of being judged or ridiculed, as was often the case with their abuser. This can lead to a deep sense of loneliness and alienation that can be hard to overcome. It is important for victims of narcissistic abuse to seek professional help and counseling in order to work through the difficulty expressing emotions that they have experienced. A therapist can help them process and understand their feelings in a safe and supportive environment, allowing them to express themselves without fear of judgment or criticism. Therapy can also help victims learn to regulate their emotions and communicate effectively with others, which is essential for developing healthy relationships in the future. The fifth sign someone may have suffered from narcissistic abuse is difficulties in relationships. Those who have suffered narcissistic abuse may find it difficult to form healthy relationships moving forward. This is because of the lasting physical and mental effects that such abuse can have. On a physical level, narcissistic abuse can leave someone feeling scared and unable to trust others. This may manifest in the form of anxiety and can make it difficult for them to open up to others or form meaningful connections. On a mental level, narcissistic abuse can leave someone feeling unworthy of love or affection and may lead to feelings of low self-esteem. As a result, they may find themselves constantly questioning their worth and value in relationships with others. These feelings can cause individuals who have suffered from narcissistic abuse to be overly anxious and mistrustful of others, making it difficult for them to form healthy relationships in the future. For those who have difficulties in relationships, seeking help and counseling is a necessary step in overcoming the lasting effects of this trauma. A counselor can help an individual to develop healthy coping skills and techniques to reduce anxiety and mistrust in relationships. They can also teach strategies for dealing with intense emotions, such as feelings of insecurity or unworthiness, in safe and effective ways. Additionally, counseling can help individuals to recognize and appreciate their own value and worth as a person, which may help them to build healthy relationships and move forward with their lives. The sixth sign someone may have suffered from narcissistic abuse is difficulty with self-care or self-love. Those who have been subjected to narcissistic abuse may find it difficult to practice self-care and be kind to themselves. This often manifests in feelings of guilt or shame that lead them to believe they are undeserving of anything positive, including love from themselves. As a result, those who have suffered narcissistic abuse may find it hard to practice healthy habits such as exercise, proper nutrition, and quality sleep on a regular basis. They may also struggle with low self-esteem and self-love, leading them to engage in destructive behaviors such as excessive drinking or drug use. In order to heal from the effects of narcissistic abuse, it is important for individuals to learn how to take care of themselves and practice self-love. The effects of narcissistic abuse on self-care and self-love can be both physical and mental. Physically, those who have suffered abuse may experience fatigue, insomnia, headaches, or stomach issues due to the prolonged stress they've been under. Mentally, individuals may struggle with depression or anxiety stemming from their traumatic experiences. Furthermore, they may find it difficult to trust their own instincts or beliefs, feeling constantly invalidated as a result of the narcissistic abuse. All of these physical and mental issues can make it harder for individuals to take care of themselves or practice self-love. As such, it is important for them to seek professional help so that they can learn how to love and care for themselves in a healthy manner. By recognizing these 6 signs indicating someone may have suffered from narcissistic abuse, we can help create a safe and supportive environment for those who have been hurt. With the right tools and resources, it is possible to move forward on the path towards healing. If you suspect someone is a victim of narcissistic abuse, it is important to show them understanding and compassion. Recognizing the signs of narcissistic abuse can be an essential step in helping someone break free from their toxic situation and reclaim their self-worth. Seek professional help for the person if necessary, and offer your support as they work through the healing process. That's it for this episode. Now check out the next video in our Surviving Narcissism series here, Dating a Narcissist: 8 Warning Signs and Tips for Avoidance. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell for more psyched up solutions videos. See you in the next video.